Janna is here on a speaking tour, and she's been engaging with South African youth and children, and we're hoping to engage in a bigger and broader platform and include others as well. She has been named earlier this year in a secret report that was revealed by Israeli Channel 3 News by the Ministry of Strategic Affairs as a high security threat to the State of Israel. And that is because of her strong social media following. She has 300,000 followers on Facebook, and she has all the other social media platforms as well. She's going to show now a little clip that demonstrates how she is often prevented from filming.
Here, while I was doing my report, they surrounded me in a circle. They started you'll see a phone now that coming on the camera. It's the soldier's phone, and they started to put their hands in things.
Humans with no humanity are coming to our land, trying to kill children and to make children get injured. From here, we're sending our message, just saying that Palestine will be crucial. From Janna Jihad, occupied Palestine.
And right now, the Israeli Knesset is like their parliament is working on a new law that says if you film the soldier doing his work, you're gonna get arrested for 5 years. But they're not gonna stop us. That's our nonviolent resistance, our demonstrations, us carrying flags versus them carrying gas canisters, carrying bombs, carrying a lot of guns. In that day, that soldier drew a line and said if anybody crossed that line, they're gonna shoot fire. That means from 12 p.m. till 8 p.m., the people who their houses are in the other side of the village, they cannot go to their houses till 8 p.m. And here are Israeli occupation soldiers raiding the village. Here they're walking on the roads of the village, shooting everywhere, on houses, on children, on people. As you see, it's even evening time. That means they stay from 12 p.m. till 8 p.m. every Friday. That machine is an automatic machine that they put on the Jeep that shoots 69 gas canister in one shoot. But right now they made it better, and it now shoots 249 gas canister in only one shoot. Now you'll see how it lands, like a rain of gas canisters. When they shoot that much of gas canisters, hundreds of gas canisters, it just makes a really big cloud of gas canisters surrounding the whole village, and it's like really bad because even it comes from under the doors of the houses. Here you're seeing that cloud just surrounding the whole village. And that day we tried to count how many gas canisters that they shoot in one day. We counted 1,500 gas canisters. Here they're spraying people with pepper spray. Pepper spray, just imagine just dipping your whole face with hot sauce. And that stays for 3 hours, and if you wash it, it burns more. That child, he was 11 years old, and now he's saying, I need to breathe, I need air. In that day, the village is only 550 people, so there was 2 soldiers for every person. And here he's declaring that area as a closed military zone, so he can go to any house, arrest any person for being in a closed military zone. My house, as you saw, it's the first house in the village, so everything happens near it. Me and my friends, we were like about 14 child. I was like 5 years old there. Gas started to come inside my house. Then our neighbors have a 2-floor house. So we went to the second floor here, and soldiers saw us, so 14 child going up there to the second floor. So they shot 3 gas canisters that broke the windows. One came in the entrance here, another one came in the living room, and another one came in the kitchen. And after that we went to another room, and you'll see it right now. We went to the other room. We were 14 child and about like 4 women. It was really bad. People made a human ladder going on the shoulders of each other, and then they saved the children. And that day I started to say to my mom, I was 5 years, I started to say to her, Mom, I love you, don't throw me. It was like traumatizing. That's me. Here a child wanted to go down and buy from the supermarket down there, and they stopped for him, tried to shoot, and then they ran after him and arrested him. He was about only 10 years old, and when they arrested him, in the Israeli law, they say that if you're under 18, one of your parents or a lawyer have to come to you with you to the court and to the interrogation. But they didn't let his mom come in with him to that interrogation or to the court. And after they had, his mom had to go to the court and give them the ID because they said because we didn't realize he's under 18. That's his mom, the one with black. Those are covered unit that those are Israeli occupation soldiers, and they wear like they are Palestinians and cover their faces as they want to go to the demonstration with us. And then anybody they found, they arrest him for being in a demonstration. That was the child who was arrested after a night from him getting arrested. That is his brother. He was arrested for 72 days, isolated in those 72 days. They didn't allow him go to the bathroom. They only 1 meal a day, in a really dark place, really bad situation. That's my grandma. She's 62 years. You're gonna see how do they treat her right now. Here, that's my grandma, the one that is sitting. You see now how do they treat her? Those are Israeli activists who come to like stand with us. That was in the International Peace Day, and we were just sitting down singing. That is chemical water that they spray on us. We call it skunk water. As you can see, they're directing it on water tanks. We have every in each house in the and not only in the village in Palestine, because they steal our water. For example, in Nabi Saleh, we only get 12 hours a week of water. We get it we have to buy it, and settlers with the stolen water of us get 24 hours in a day of water, and also in half of the price that we pay for the 12 hours a week. And also that water, when they spray it, it has a really bad smell that you cannot even imagine. When they spray the plants, it just die, and it's like really disgusting. That 12-year-old boy right now, he's in jail for, we didn't know the reason yet, and he's from January till now. He was standing near his house, and he was shot with a gas canister that came here and ripped his kidneys. That's also my cousin. She was standing on the roof looking, and then they shot her with a metal bun that came here. She got 12 stitches here and 16 stitches here. Here's our first martyr, Mustafa, who was killed. He was killed with a gas canister that says on the back it cannot kill anyone. It came in his eye and just broke the skull. That's our second martyr. He's my uncle, and he was killed on the mountain. And till now we got in the last year 2 other martyrs, one not from Nabi Saleh and the other one is from Nabi Saleh before 41 days. He's 19 and a half years old. He was killed under my room's window and we were only children. It's like our summer vacation and all of our parents were in their jobs and we tried to call ambulance and things and they didn't let us. They were beating him for 10 whole minutes while he was injured with 2 bullets that came in his neck and 1 that came in his heart. And also when we tried to save him and to go to him, they started to put the guns on our heads and to shoot at us bomb canisters. And after that, they take him, arrested him while he was dead, and put his body on the floor for 30 minutes, let his blood go. And Nabi Saleh is one of the smallest villages in Palestine, and that's what we go through, so imagine a bigger place in Palestine. The beginning of Gaza war, the first thing they bombed was the electrical current. They're not allowed to get any medical supplies from out, and they're not allowed for the injuries to go out of Gaza. So nobody can go and nobody can enter. It's the biggest open air jail in the world. It has 2 million people and it's only 365 kilometers. Our hopes and faith just give us strength for continuing, because when we look in the future in a free Palestine, Palestine won't get free itself with us just remaining silent. And so we have to do something. And also we believe that the bullet that does not kill us gives us more strength, and we have to control our fears and don't let our fears control us. But I believe that we're not the only victims. Also, Israeli children are victims for that occupation. Like, that's the mountain, and the one that you saw near here is Ahad's house. So when I was there and settlers raided the village, there was a 12-year-old child with them that's having a gun that is taller than him. And like, why would a child have a gun? There are the Israeli activists, they refuse to work and to be an Israeli soldiers, and there are a lot.
Social media can be quite hostile sometimes, and people can be really mean and really cruel on social media. Do you get some of that from?
I get a lot of threats, like lots of threats, but if we have a positive thing, why to look at the negative thing?
And what's been your favorite part about South Africa so far?
The beach, because I can see the Mediterranean Sea from my roof, and it's only 25 to 30 kilometers far from my house, and I went there only once in my life.
So you're not allowed to go to the beach? It's reserved for settlers?
It's Java Beach.
And what would you encourage us all to do to make your life a bit better?
Like, there are a lot of ways. Like, first thing, you can create your own way, but there are a lot of ways. For example, educate other children, boycott Israeli products, because that's an important thing. Like, if I buy an Israeli juice, it's like, let's say 5 rands and 5 rands and 5 rands would make millions of rands, and those millions of rands, they would buy guns with it and kill Palestinian children with it, so you give them money to kill children with it. And third thing, you can share our story, tell it to other people.
Is it enough that we withdraw our ambassador in what is after the killings and all that? Is it enough? What is?
See, the things that we are doing is not enough. So when it's enough, that means Palestine will be free tomorrow if we're doing enough.
Yeah.
So throwing your ambassador, it's not enough.
Yeah.
It's like the first step of going on the ladder. For us as Palestinians, when I came to South Africa having a Palestinian passport, we had to get a visa. Although that your government is supportive of Palestinians, and in the same time, an Israeli person that have an Israeli passport doesn't have to get a visa to come to South Africa. So they're trying to say that the conflict is a religious conflict. Of course not, because we have Christians, we have Muslims, and we have Jews Palestinians who are in Palestine. So that's not a religious conflict, and we can live with them as normal people, but they have to get back the 8 million refugee who are outside Palestine. We have to get the same rights. We have to go to the sea. We don't have to go to Jerusalem as visitors of our land. We control our fears, and as a trauma, like our parents just, for example, when I was 3 years old or 4 years old, my mom just gave me a paper and let me draw like everything and say, is everything in you gone? And then after I draw, she let me just wrinkle it and throw it, and then take something, like kind of take something, and she take it from my hand and then throw it, and then start to laugh, and I think that works.